It's starting off on the CT side and Virtus.pro on their T side.
Do you think Fnatic have tried to boost Olaf onto that balcony?
Actually, something interesting to note is that there's no Kevlar at all for TSM. They've actually all bought grenades. They've got 5 HEs.
Dan, they're naked.
There's one kit on Dupree, but the rest of them have a bunch of nades. So this is a really interesting approach. Zipnix is the only guy with actually a great gun. He's got 5.7, the rest of USPs. So in they come now on the push. Virtus.pro jumping on into the site. And so far, so good. Take over, and they force the CTs back into CT spawn. And able to pick up a quick kill there. Taz retreating. So they're actually doing a good job holding on to CT
the numbers.
spawn.
Look at them all together as well. They're just putting on as much gunfire as possible, but Bali with great positioning gets 3 1v1s despite them all standing in the same place and takes them all out. Now it's a 2v2, and it's all down to headshots here, which is why TSM have gone only with no Kevlar, sorry. Oh, they're trying to find the bomb. They've got no kit though on either player. 5 people with no Kevlar. I don't know if they bought a kit, and that's going to be ended around. Bali going absolutely bananas. He killed the entire enemy team, Dan. He killed all of them. That was a complete wipeout.
Biali's pretty good.
I have to.
And he's not on your fantasy team. Ha! You couldn't afford him.
I couldn't afford him. I could only imagine that they went armorless.
I'm winning, by the way. Just saying.
What? Since when?
I'm beating all of you.
Since when?
Since today. You're bottom, mate. Anyway, we've got 3 scouts for TSM, so it is very scary. Very scary indeed for Virtus.pro. And Virtus.pro are actually kind of split up at the moment, so this could go well for TSM. They even pushed middle with Cajun B, so he already spotted that there's nobody there just yet. And they spotted one guy in B-Apps, so they've generally got a good sense for where the bulk of Virtus.pro is, as you can see on the map. But Virtus.pro is switching it up. They're moving towards T-spawn, looking for the entry onto the A site. Dupree is going to be there, though, close range with the CZ. And, of course, the scouts are going to be in play on the longer ranges, going for the retake. Pimp even spotting towards Palace. So,
poor Taz.
This is going to be interesting. Oh, he got the headshot as well on the wallbang. And this is looking very, very bad for Virtus.pro potentially here. If Dupree connects, he won't though. Neo's going to take him down immediately. Can they get onto the site? The smokes are doing the job. So this is looking much, much better now. And had Dupree gotten a couple kills there, of course it should be very impossible for them. But look at the wallbang. Zipnix, you monster. Able to take down one. That's going to allow the entry to be more smooth here for TSM as they roll on through one-on-ones. But once again, Biali coming in with a double kill. There's 2 scouts. 1 scout now against 2 very weak players. But he is going to back away, and Neo and Biali will survive.
Have you seen that wallbang before?
Yes.
I'm not sure that I have. That was pretty nice. By the way, guys, you can jump onto this fridge, just so you know. You can jump and sit into this corner. And if you again face the wall like that, so your gun isn't sticking up, then it may get you a free frag or 2. But again, in a kind of situation, if there's a retake going on, you may not necessarily want to engage the first player, because if 2 come out, if 1 goes windowed and 1 goes there, then you may get 2 frags. Something to try at home. It's like Blue Peter, but with guns, Dan.
I don't know what to say with that. Blue Peter's a kids show, Jake.
Look, the T's are in connector already.
Educational. This is all right. They have dogs on those shows. Anyway, TSM now have to defend this push into the A bomb site through connector. They're actually doing surprisingly a lot more damage than I would have expected. But now that Virtus.pro get up close and personal with those pistols, sorry, with those rifles even against the pistols, they are cleaning them all out. And we do have Cajun B left over once again with the scout. If he could get another kill here, that'd be nice, but it does get shut down by Biali. Biali's getting all the frags, I swear. What's he doing right now? 8. He's on 8. He's on 8. 8 kills in the 3 rounds.
8 and 0.
He's definitely doing
5
a
of
good
those
job.
in the first round of this map.
And now we get the TSM buy. So you can see that this is usually where things get problematic. If CTs don't reclaim some kind of economic control at this point, it starts to get really bad because they won't be able to get the AWPs going. They will always be on low grenades.
Dan,
so
it's a charity shot buy, let's be honest.
It's not that bad.
It's a charity shot buy. They're wearing second-hand dresses, Dan. They've got no nades or anything.
Well, I'll have to see if they can hold on to this right now, because Virtus.pro are slowly making their way in, looking for those picks, but Pimp's actually in a really good position here to deal with the player that should be peeking him on Palace, but he's going to drop down for the moment, and that's going to also force his teammate on the site to reposition slightly, but going up again for the peaks. Virtus.pro just trying to catch TSM off guard if they were to try to push in. They've run out of nades. TSM only got 2 nades left on the entire team, and there's a minute left in the round. So Virtus.pro with a significant advantage in that sense, as no counter grenades can be thrown by TSM. And some flashes that are really effective is like flashing into mid over connector or over from short. That allows the player on mid to peek, get information. KGB could get out on middle, but they don't have any of these possibilities. And now they missed the smoke. KGB still in there. Pasha's moving forwards. Oh, how did he spot him? What a flick there from Pasha. And that's now a 5-on-4. And Virtus.pro are going to start rolling into the site. It's going to be Carrigan and Dupree to get some excellent defensive frags. In comes Zipnix as well, and it's falling apart for the Polish players. As we get a 3-on-1, Bialy, he's left alone, but he's done so much damage in this first half already. He's got more health than his opponents. He's got 10 seconds to plant the bomb. And there it is. He's going to go for the fake. Oh, he gets the spray down. Needs to get the second play. He's not got the time, though. He's got to go for the kill. And he comes with the Glock. And that's it. Pimp takes him down. And Virtus.pro, they lose the round, but they do insane damage to TSM. Look at the money. It's not good. It's bad, James. They're broke.
It is not good
it's a scout.
at all. It's a FAMAS party.
Now you can say charity buy.
Yeah, this is a charity buy. They went looking for leather boots. They came out with flowery dresses, Dan. That's all they could afford. Snacks on the Tech 9, which is as good as an AK these days. Right, so relatively slow rounds. Gonna have Taz is the man to loiter in the Palace. He's just holding his angles. He's just chilling out.
He's got teapots in there as well.
But again, this is a spot where he could try and be sneaky and stand up here and let somebody walk past, and then they would be dead because they would not see him because it's a blind spot. We have seen it in play recently as well in a professional match. But for now, he's going to try and engage Dupree. Dupree going to just watch his back as no one else is watching connector for him at the moment. Do you have a player on short for TSM? I think that might be Pimp.
Yeah, Dupree in a really key position there on the stairs. Oh, Pimp's going to be able to spot a frag over the smoke. Really good job there by Pimp. That's going to allow TSM to have an extra, well, a bit more of a chance here, but it is getting worse for them. Be able to take down Snacks, who was holding off rotations. So it's going to free up his teammate to get in now to help him out. But there's Bialy, takes another frag. Trey coming in from Cajun B. As he makes his way onto the site, switches up for the AK. Going to be moving fast now. He knows time is against him. Does have a kit, turns to slope, but they are both on the site. It's hard for Cajun B to know where they are, and Virtus.pro win the round. And that's the danger around there, because now they're reset on the money bonus, and that means that TSM, having just bought almost fully, they actually have to double eco now.
So you said
because they have to double eco, Virtus.pro get free economy for 2 rounds, and then they get to like 6-1 essentially, and then TSM are just... this is potentially where things get really terrible for CTs.
So you said that this map is going to come down to TSM's T side. They've chosen the CT side. They are 4-1 down at the moment. What is the minimum score they need in this first half to make that point still relevant? As far as they're concerned.
I'd say like 8 or something. 8 rounds.
They need 8 rounds on the CT side for them to still dictate what happens on the T side.
Or have a chance, basically, to still win the game, like with reasonable chance, with the relevance or the reasonable strengths that they have. Or I don't know, words.
Okay, so the T's are in control of connector once again. You can see Pasha there trying to get that spray down onto Dupree. He's gonna try and force him out with fire. Pasha loves himself a Molotov on both sides. This man is so good at the moment. Honestly, these last few weeks, he has really been playing at the top of his potential.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd say 7 just because I feel like that's the most...
7 or 8?
7 rounds on the dead T side. I want them to get 8 on the
okay,
side. Yeah, so... And I just say that because I feel like that's... With the strength that they've shown in the past on their T sides on Mirage, I feel like that's a reasonable ask, and that's at the top range of what they should be able to get with their skill and their strength on T sides against Virtus.pro, though. That's a lot to ask. But again, the thing is that TSM, if they're able to put Virtus.pro in this position where their economy as CTs is screwed up, then they can actually replicate what Virtus.pro are doing right now. And And so TSM are going to try a creative way to kind of circumvent this with a quick, aggressive middle take. And of course, the entire lineup for Virtus.pro looking for that set play on A. Going to be telegraphed now. The nade's coming over. They are going to be aware of what's happening, and the rotation is going to come in. Pimp going to be looking for a very fast flank with the FAMAS. So if TSM can actually hold onto the site and delay, get a frag or two, just enough time for Pimp to come in for the flank, they could make this work here. But already Pasha opening up onto Carrigan, and he's looking for the flank. Pasha, he's weak, or perhaps he was just trying to back away because he was low on health, but now he's spotted the flanking player. That at least is going to distract some players. Maybe TSM now will be able to get themselves in the site with that extra pressure on T-Slope. And you can see that it's forcing the players up a little bit instead of going further back because of Pimp's position. He's still alive. Pimp is keeping himself alive. He gets the frag onto Snacks. It's just a one-on-one. Pulls out the pistol, but no, Bialy will take the frag. And that's very unfortunate. He played it perfectly to just keep himself alive. But TSM, they cannot win the round. They kill 4 players, but they're back to win eco.
Yeah, I was going to ask as well. Obviously, your predictions are based on 2 teams with their full rosters, but we've got Pimp playing instead of Carrigan, who's their in-game leader to boot.
Thing, yeah.
And while Pimp is currently top fragging, that doesn't tell the whole story because, for example, it may not be the example in this case, but for example, let's say his frags are frags at the end of a round where he's trying to save a gun or something like that, where they're not really impacting the actual round and how they win it or lose it. Again, I'm not saying that's happening now, but that's one example of why it's not always about the frag counter.
Bialy's definitely having a good game, even if it's not like just getting a lot of frags going for
like
you.
in this situation now, he's the last man with the CZ, so he could add some. Not on this occasion, but
it's actually quite good to see that Bialy is getting quite a lot of frags at the moment because that definitely bodes very well for Virtus.pro. Because Pasha, we know that he's feeling good. We know he's been really connecting a lot. Snacks is always very, very dangerous.
Holy crap, he's got 17 kills down.
Yeah, but Bialy is yeah.
He's a wrecking ball.
Exactly. He's got the confidence now. He's got a really good emotional state from having so many frags. He's going to start being really fearless. And on a player that's as good as Bialy, that's dangerous. This is a nice close setup here towards the A site. Will they be able to actually capitalize? Paz, though, knows his angles, spots the next player through the smoke, pops Carrigan's head, and Zipnik's now in a one-on-one over by the B side of the map. But it's not even a one-on-one to save that site. It's just to stay alive at this point because Virtus.pro all over that A-bomb site. Dupree there looking to make a difference for his Danish comrades over on the bomb boxes.
As you can see, he's got 5 HP left, just making a nuisance of himself. You can see him just firing random shots into the wall from a safe position, just crushed. To run distraction. How do you stop Virtus.pro when they are doing this to you?
The thing is, right, I want you to tell me when you saw an AWP on TSM. Oh, wait. They haven't been an AWP yet. Their economy has been screwed since the start of the match. They lost a round in the most horrible time. And they just never recovered from that economically. Oh, that's a nice snap, though. Beagle, and the thing is, though, it's small consolation. Unless they can turn it into something more, but they're doing a lot of damage with these pistols.
Alley-oop with a grenade.
And Bialy gets the spray onto Zipnik.
Swear, his spray power is absurd.
It's not going to go well for...
We saw that in the warm-up as well. He sprayed down 2 people in completely separate areas. He is just sharp as a butcher's pencil right now. Neo surviving with 1 HP just to rub salt, vinegar, and a shoe into the wound.
A shoe?
A shoe. Anything you can find, Dan.
Salt, vinegar, and a shoe. What do you keep in your cupboard of...
Mate,
sauces?
Do you really want to ask me more questions right now after that?
No,
after that delay,
not really.
Anything could come out of my mouth. They've got 2 AWPs, Dan.
They do have 2 AWPs indeed. Cajun V and Pimp, and this could be definitely the mix-up they need. Pasha already looking for that frag through the smoke, and it really shows you how good the intuition is of these pro-level players.
Oh, where Pasha's standing as well, there is a curb, and if you stand on the curb, it raises your height a little bit, so you could get sneaky shots onto people in CPL and short from that position. I think we did demonstrate that on a video on YouTube recently, actually, on Faceit.com, so check it out.
And here's Carrigan. He gets an excellent engagement there, just walking through short. They don't expect it, and he's able to hold on to the bomb now. Pasha looks for the shot. Pib takes him down from connector, and all of a sudden, TSM give themselves hope, a chance in the match. But Bayali is the man left.
What was even worse, Dan, is that one of the Virtus.pro players was holding a flash, and the kill made him drop the flash, and it flashed the third player, so he couldn't even get a trade. And then he fell to a shot in a crossfire from A.
That's some Free Stooges.
That's
Free Stooges
colossal. The important thing is, TSM could potentially win this round with everybody alive. And looking at the money they have left, indeed they do. Look at the money on. That's with them all winning alive. They couldn't even eke out a buy if one of them died. Like, he couldn't buy his own stuff. He would have to take a drop, and that's not a nice situation to be in. So, TSM looking for a 6-9 here with the remaining 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Virtus.pro, like the fat kid in school just sitting on the skinny guy. They just can't get up at the moment.
And it's definitely going to be really difficult for them to continue onwards here because Virtus.pro are fearless at the moment. Go for all kinds of plays. And in comes more damage, getting 2 kills at the end there. Bialy and Neo, dynamic duo at the moment. Bialy gets the plant there. Neo picks up the kill onto Zipnix, and they are going to look to shut this down, this comeback, before it gets started. Cajun B in with the wallbang there onto Neo. The penetration kill through the railing, and in comes Bialy. Anticipating Cajun B's push. It's a good nade. Just going to put them even on their health. There's the peak, and Cajun B wins the battle. Good job to Cajun B. And I do believe that they are going to be buying within the limits after this victory, yeah. So if they're gonna go for the full buys, because almost all of them died, with an extra AWP and everything like that, they're going to be once again back against the wall, looking to will they need to eco afterwards? Sometimes I don't trust the money that shows displays.
Dan.
Yeah, they're going to have to eco.
How much is there to be said about momentum here? They've won 2 rounds in a row now, and those have been 2 very expensive rounds for Virtus.pro as well. Their money is starting to disintegrate.
But this is the confidence I was talking about. They didn't even go, like, they didn't use any
before
nades.
Snacks finished them off.
They don't use nades. They just walk in and kill them. They're not playing for safety. They're just taking massive risks in these angles, and they're getting the kills. And you cannot. This is what Virtus.pro did when they won that major. They walked in and they just wrecked your entire team. It's not about strategy. It's not about tactics at that point. It's about just walking in and wrecking everybody.
Pasha's like Mr. Kimi right now.
And here goes Pasha, gets the no-scope onto Carrigan.
Merciless.
And now it's just Zipnix. He can possibly save this one. But again, even if they win this one, 4 players will have died. And that was the same story as the last round. It's so crippling. And there it is. Pasha knows. Second sense for exactly where Zipnix is going to be. And there you go. Now TSM are forced to buy. But this is an unstoppable Virtus.pro that we're seeing at the moment. The momentum individually on these players, the fearlessness.
It's these guys are pretty crazy.
I mean, they walked into mid against an AWP. They knew that they would have an AWP in middle. They just knew that. They knew it. And they just face and like, here we go. Let's do this. We're not going to use nades to get into a position. We're just going to walk in and try and frag you an AK. And Taz picks up Cajun B.
Taz has been playing in that passive position every round in Palace. He's got frags doing exactly that before, and they're still pushing him. They are still pushing him, trying to get that early positioning. That AWP as well, the strongest gun they had, is down. And Taz is standing on it like he's the mountain or something.
He's going to take down Pimp, almost as if they didn't know that he was there. Virtus.pro completely outclassing TSM at the moment when it comes to these individual plays.
I really hope Carrigan can make it back. Because again, TSM are getting wrecked right now.
It's Device.
Oh, Device.
We have Carrigan.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. That's what happens when they have the wrong nickname. Well, I hope they can get a full team anyway for the last match, should it go that way. Because it's like they're getting wrecked, but you know, you have to take it with a pinch of salt because they have a player missing.
Alright, well, Dupree's going to try to see what he can get done here as far as survival goes. And there's a challenge, and he just starts shooting his gun. It's like, I'm going to pull out a Molotov.
He just took all those bullets to the chest.
That was awkward. So
it's like I've seen videos on YouTube, of course, Dan, where like there's been this like old guy with a pot belly in like a boxing gym, and he's like, okay, come at me, and like some young guy just slugs him like 40 times, and the dude just stands there like a boss. And it looked to me like that's what the remaining player tried to do and just got sprayed down in the chest with bullets. Didn't really work then.
And the thing is, you say take the result with a pinch of salt, and just generally speaking, I mean to take the result, this result with a pinch of salt, because this is the kind of thing we can see happen on Inferno sometimes as well. It's a map where you can obviously see that the setup that they want to have going for themselves is 2 AWPs. The setups they want is going to require some grenades. They're not playing as well with the low nades, FAMAS setups. That's pretty reasonable to say, and it happens on Inferno as well. And Team SoloMid, they won a round. I think it was the 4th round that they won. They had one guy left alive, so they had to go for a rebuy, and their rebuy was terrible, basically. There's Scout, a couple of FAMASes in there, it's like a horrible rebuy. And yet, Virtus.pro, because they'd won so, with such flawless results in the first few rounds, they had like a really sick buy after that. And then they just smacked them down. And then because they had just won a round, okay, they were all down to like $1,000. So now, there's, what is it? It's like, it's 3-1 in favor of Virtus.pro, and then they have a really big buy. They kill Dignitas. Dignitas have like $1,000 or less on each player. Then they reset, and they get 1,400 from losing that round. So then they have to eco twice. They have to eco twice, James.
It's not a nice situation.
And then they never. When did we see an AWP from them? It was like we had like 10 rounds in or something until we saw even an AWP from them. And obviously an AWP is important for their setup. Of course, that said, they are playing without Device, who is their dedicated AWPer, which is obviously crippling as well. In
that's a massive factor. It has to be.
But generally, they are getting kind of money screwed. It looks worse than it should because they're getting money screwed all the time.
Well, we're going into the last round now, and it's 11-3 in favor of Virtus.pro. So this half is pretty much over. Even 11-4, even if I take the last round, it's a complete disaster. So.
And the other thing about this, right, is that because there's been so many favorable situations and inherent advantages in the rounds because of better money on Virtus.pro, it means that they're emotionally, these guys are all just like feeling like so good because they walk in and they just wreck everybody. Like Bayali, they've been beasting it. They just walk into these positions and they know they're going to win the fights, James. So they are feeling so good emotionally, and that's when Virtus.pro are at their most dangerous.
I want to see this Virtus.pro versus like Envy, because in that sense they play with the same attitude. Like we're just gonna come in and just wreck everyone.
Yeah, and that's actually how Envy have begun to play as well. They're starting to play with this level of confidence individually that is incredibly intimidating, and they take these battles that you just never expect, and they come out on top when you wouldn't expect it because of the raw individual skill that they have. But Pimp. Gonna snap neck of Taz there. They already have some good odds here going into this. Just one more tag with the Scout. Zipnik's already on a few frags. Can he pick himself up number 3? Actually peeking. Snacks is playing a dangerous game here against the Scout. Oh my god. Zipnik just needs one tag. How does he not get it? Just one more bullet. He's already taken so much damage, so many lives from Virtus.pro, but he can't get the one at the end that counts the most. And it's going to be the round there for Virtus.pro. 12-3. Earlier we saw a 16-2 Virtus.pro decimating Flipside tactics on Mirage, but in that instance Virtus.pro started on CT, I believe. So
and
this is intimidating.
Here it comes. So let's see if they're going to go for the. TSM went armorless on the CT side. What are they going to do on the T side? Okay, so 2 of them have opted for armor. I suppose they were going for more passive positions on the CT side, potentially retakes safety in numbers, but being the ones charging into the site, I suppose they're going to be more exposed, so they may opt for more armor for that reason. Okay, so D-Smoke's going to... I wonder if like this is a more passive position. I'm not sure if this is for the jungle area or for the stairs, but I'll get back to that in a second. It is for the stairs, in fact.
And here we go. Already a 4-4. Virtus.pro ahead now as they get some extra kills. It's just Zipnik's left, and it is going to be a very tough round for Zipnik as he gets gunned down by Bialy in the end. And there you go. Virtus.pro pick up the pistol, and that's going to force out a pistol armor buy here from TSM. They just need to win rounds now. They just need to win every single round if they want to hope in hell.
what I was wondering was if you saw the more passive position that the smoke was thrown compared to how smokes are normally thrown onto platform, onto jungle connector. I wonder if that's a reaction to these nades that we're seeing coming in from NIP over the top of the arch.
I saw that actually. I saw one of the Australian teams actually doing that and taking some players out with it. It was gorgeous.
Gorgeous and glorious. The double G's, the GG. But yeah, I do. It looks to me, because I've never seen it thrown from that angle before. Everyone's always thrown it from roughly the same areas. So I do feel like that's a more passive position to counter the NIP nades. So nice change of meta there.
Alright, so 4 balance is in play for Virtus.pro and the M4, and we can see that finally now TSM going for the fast push onto B. It's going to be Snacks in with the defense there, as he is going to be able to spray down one. Neo and Pasha coming in as well to give him a helping hand, as they are going to clean this one up. And it is a sad state of affairs here for TSM, who didn't even get the bomb down, and it seems as if they're not even really going to be able to play a T side at this point, because they got so crushed when Virtus.pro were, to be honest, they actually in that first half, Virtus.pro did put on the Virtus Plow. Like that was legit Virtus Plow. What we saw there, the disregard for everything, disregard for human life. James.
I don't even know if Plow is the most appropriate description, but I'll get back to you on that, because that was nasty.
Yeah, we have Virtus.pro just peeking in for the kills now. We can see that TSM bought up some pistols again. They want to win the rounds. They know that it's going to take something ridiculous for them to get back in this match. And there you go. Zipnik's going to provide some ridiculousness, but too little, too late there for him. 15-3 as Virtus.pro look to close this one out quite quickly.
Okay, so not much to be said here, really, apart from that Pimp has disconnected. So while we have a quick disconnect again, guys, we are going to be going into Game 3, it seems. So make sure you hit that follow button on the channel once we hit 400k. I believe last time we checked, we were only 10,000 away with 390,000 followers. So, okay, we're 8,000 away now. So we've got 392,000, guys. When we hit 400,000, we will be rattling this knife off to all in the chat, and we will also be doing a Dragon Lore attempt for subscribers. So sooner you follow, sooner we can get those away. But for now, we are into what could be the last round, although we do have a full buy coming out from TSM, all the AKs here, so it's not over yet. Don't count them out until Virtus.pro have 16.
I think they're going to go for that play where they take over connected with the 4 players, then cycle back for the 3-pronged attack into the A site. However, Virtus.pro trying to actually peek in, and they're trying to cut down their numbers before allowing them to make a play such as that, as we do get a nice boost there on an angle to give them an angle onto short as well. So it's going back here, and we will see Pimp watching over them by the chair area. Once again, now they're looking to take over connector. This is the first stage for them, and they've got connector now, 4-on-3, and that might actually change the call now. We'll have to see if they just go in, and indeed they will. They just go in together, as they got so many frags in on the board already. Good kill there from Dupree. They're making their way into the site. It's going to be Snacks to trade onto Dupree. It's going to make things a little bit more complicated now, as Neo is coming around. He's going to get the bomber. Oh no, Cage and Beast left alone now. The bomb down on the site. Does have some time, but Neo is coming in from the back, and 1-on-1, Snack spots him. He knows he just has to survive here, and that flash is going to help him out. And there you go. We are going to have ourselves map number 3, and I've got to say that with Cash coming up, if they were to have a chance to win this TSM, honestly, I feel like they should have been able to win map 1 and map 2. I feel like Cash is the weakest one for them.
Well, they'll definitely
against
need device,
pros,
surely.
especially.